Hello and welcome back, consumers. I have been covering Pax Day for 365 days as of today. I'm pretty sure I was wearing the exact same shirt and tie when we started, but man, has it been a journey over the last 12 months to get to this point. And do we have some new stuff to go over for this Pax Friday review? The answer is yes, we do. Hello and welcome, all of you amazing consumers of Pax Day content. I'm Eltari, the professional gamer, and this is another Pax Friday review, the show where we talk about all the fun, interesting, new, and exciting information that has come out for Pax Day over the last week. And this week is a particularly important one because it is the 1-year anniversary that Pax Day has been announced, and we have been able to learn more about it. And that is what we're going to do today. But before we get into any of that, I just wanted to make sure that everyone knows about this giveaway that is going to be occurring right now and over the next couple of days for all of you to get access to the next Pax Day Alpha. So let's go ahead and head over to the Discord and we'll take a look in how you can get a Pax Day Alpha 2 key. All right, so here we are on the official Pax Day Discord, and you can see right here, we're going to talk about all of this coming up, but I wanted to make sure everyone knew how to actually enter into the giveaway. Now, it's important to note that if you were in the original Alpha 1, then you are going to be guaranteed access going into Alpha 2. So if you already were playing Pax Day in Alpha 1, don't even worry about doing this giveaway. But for everyone else who was unable to get into the first alpha, you're going to want to head over to the Pax Day official Discord. Make sure that your Discord is linked with your Play Pax Day account. And then you're going to go to the announcements section right here and then click on giveaway for the most recent announcement. You're going to want to come down here. You can see that as of recording of this video, 1,259 people have already signed up for it. There are going to be 100 winners. The drawing is going to be done in the next 3 days. This is going to be a great way for you to increase your chances if you weren't able to get into Alpha 1. So please do go ahead and head over here. One thing that is important, again, to note is that if you are already in Alpha 1, you don't need to do this. Don't even worry about submitting it. You will not be able to win an extra key. This is going to be directly linked with your Pax Day account, since your Discord will be linked as well. So you're not going to get an extra key to give away to your friends to increase chances. So don't even worry about that. You just won't get another key. All right, let's go ahead and get back to the rest of the video. And we're back. So again, Pax Day has officially celebrated its 1-year anniversary since the date of its announcement. We've been here covering it for all 365 plus now days, and we're going to be continuing to cover it in the future. So if you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already so that you can be notified whenever we post new Pax Day content. For the rest of this video, though, we have a lot of pixels to go over. And when I say a lot, I mean in the ballpark range of 27 screenshots, photos, pictures of cake, and in development images. So let's go ahead and buckle down and take a look at all 27 of these new images of Pax Day and Pax Day related things. I'll see you on the other side. And here we are. So this is all of the statistics, or at least a select bit of them, from the first year in Pax Day's Discord journey. And I just want to go over this one really quickly at the very beginning. It's got some funny statistics in it, but we have over 54,000 members who are on the Discord now. It's almost 55,000, and this includes almost 6,000 elders. For those of you who are wondering, elders are the title that you would have gotten if you joined the Pax Day Discord in the first couple of months since its announcement. So we have over 6,000 players who have that Discord elder title. It might mean something in the future, but as of right now, it doesn't really mean anything other than, and most importantly, that you will most likely have a higher probability of getting access to Alpha 2 if you have that elder tag. But now we also have some of the most used emotes. We have the leak emote was used 833 times, whereas the bunny emote 941 times, and the Pax Dei heart emoji 658 times. This heart emoji has existed for a short period of time in relation to the other emojis here, so that thing has been getting used a whole heck of a lot. Alpha has been used a lot of times. Pax Dei, who would have believed it, has been used a lot of times. Key has been used a lot. Soon is also something that has been spoken a lot in the Discord and before too long. That is a very classic, very in vogue word for the first year of Pax Dei history and in Discord. And we also have sent 1 million messages in total, and while it isn't a real achievement, it is really incredible to think that we have written a cumulative number of messages that totals to over 1 million. So moving on, Mainframe had a celebration in accordance with the fact that they've gotten to their 1-year anniversary since they announced the game was officially in development. So we have a couple of pictures here from all of the various studios, and I just wanted to feature it because, you know, it's not that often that we get to see all of the people behind the madness of a game, and it is great to see all of the teams sitting down and enjoying some cake together, and also attemptively trying to destroy said cake. Now, the interesting thing, and we'll try and see if we can find out what this says here, but there is something on that maybe we can get some information from. Here's a picture of the cake. Maybe the 8 bits of chocolate right here and the 4 bits of chocolate there correspond to some important date or something like that. I think it's just chocolate. This is a very nice cake, by the way. I'm extremely jealous. I wish I had a piece of this cake. And we can also see some of the berries that were picked from the, I think that was 2 weeks ago, screenshot reveal. Here, just for anyone who's wondering, these are blueberries and these are blackberries. So I at least can get those right. Okay, now moving on. This was the screenshot that I was really interested in, and I guess it's not a screenshot. I guess it's a picture. I've spent so many days of my life now looking at screenshots. I just want to say screenshot. But this says definitively, this word right here says reveal. I do not know what this says. It looks like it's a J or a T or an E. It's almost like it says Jerome reveal, but I don't know why it says Jerome. I really don't know. Also, I am sorry, whoever this is. I just completely zoomed in on your face for hundreds of people, if not thousands of people to see. And here we have the actual screenshots that came along with the anniversary announcement for today. And one of the big things was they have been doing a lot of work with their biomes. And here you can see how there's 2 different types of forests. You have the pine forest over here, and then you have more of the standard, less deadly forest over here. And in the original first alpha, they were very much so split in 2. There wasn't really much merging across the ways. And now what they're working on is some more procedural tech in order to kind of merge the biomes a little bit more. So when a forest transitions into a new type of forest, you don't feel like it's a really jarring experience there. They also have been experimenting with some of their procedural cave generation tech. And then here is one for all of you builders in the audience that I'm sure you got really excited for. And that is these curved beams for roofs and all of that. This new shape, I feel like, is going to be very well used in our building community. I know I'm really looking forward to using these types of beams in the future. And a cool thing that they've added as well is more of these decorative pieces. So the only thing that we've been able to decorate with right now has been railings. And we've done a lot of very creative things with railings in Alpha 1. So if this gets into Alpha 2 or into early access in the future, this is going to be something that we can really just use and manipulate as a building piece to make some really cool and creative things going forward. And here we have another image, or a couple of new images of these particular building pieces and how they kind of correlate to some of their less refined counterparts. And this looks like these are either window pieces or just small panels. And these small triangles are going to be really, really useful when we're trying to decorate panes or just open spaces in walls. And it'll be a really nice texture component for a lot of building. Then here we have something that got me extremely excited, and that is the vines that are creeping up the walls here. And this is also what looks to be a new type of tile set, a stone house tile set. We also have a couple of different windowsills and some new window textures as well, it looks like. This is another one that I think people are going to be really excited about, especially for those of you who like to build towers in game. We have some wall sets that are here with, it looks like to be in the same kind of stone structure tile set that we're seeing throughout this entire announcement. And then we have a couple of images of some windows, and I like these because you can see some of the stonework that's done, but also there's going to be this really cool window that's not square. It's got its own unique shape to it. And these types of things are going to be super useful in the future. And I can also see a potential for these to be stained glass as well. It looks like it has the option for there to be stained glass coming through all of these different places, but we'll just have to wait and see once we actually get some textures. But Pax Dei's lighting engine with stained glass and the sunbeams coming through, it's going to look so cool if that's something that they plan on adding. Here is another close-up of some new window tiles that we are going to have access to, as well as a closer look at the ivy or vines that are creeping up the wall here. And then another image of the wall tile that we saw previously. I do like how there are some more carved stone pieces right here. And I wish we would see something at a larger scale of these more carved stone tiles as opposed to just cobble and cement going in there. It would be really, really cool to see some more solid stone block structures, and I would be really excited to build with them. So Mainframe, you're working on it. I can't wait. Then right here we have a couple of other window tiles, and this one I got really excited over again because of that stonework. It almost looks like it's marbly. Another cool set of windows, some more individual pictures of those same windows, all untextured. And then we had a really interesting picture here. So this is what looks to be a merging of the new stone house tile set and then also what might be some of the old hay structures that existed previously. Now, there's a couple of things that I wanted to bring to your attention here, and that is primarily all of the random things that we have scattered around. We have a wheelbarrow, we have some places to put your wine or water, and some bags for like flour, and all of these things must be things that they're planning on letting us place in the future. So I'm really excited to see that we're going to have all of these props. But the one thing that I've learned a lot about Pax Dei in the last 365 days has been that a lot of the actual props that we will get in game happen to also have some real functions to them as well. So I wonder if seeing this wheelbarrow right here is going to be an indication of potential farming in the future, but we'll just have to wait and see for that one. Now, this last part, I wanted to go over all of the new items that we're going to be able to find in Alpha 2. And there are a lot of things that have been now identified for us, which are really giving us a glimpse at all of the depth that this game is going to have. I mean, we're talking about the second alpha, and they have how many different types? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different types of liquid. And of those different types, there are multiple different bottles or kettles or flasks, and all of these things are all unique. We're going to have access to all of these, and they also have all physical objects that exist that you can place and do things with in game, which makes me really excited as well. Then we got some baking components. Now here we have a lot of new crafting stations, and the windmill is one that we've actually seen in screenshots previously, but we have some things that we haven't even known existed up until this point. We have wine, a hand grain mill, as well as this cooking workbench. Now, the cooking workbench definitely looks like it is more of a pastry chef style working bench with some flour, as well as a roller and stuff like that. So I'd imagine, since the general theme here for most of these looks to be baking, that this would be more of the baker's workbench. Then we have obviously a hand grain mill, which is going to be a lower tier version of the wind mill. Then we have a wine aging barrel, which obviously is going to be used to make wine. We're going to have a lot of wine barrels. And then we have this one here, which is called another crafter. Now, it does look like it might be some kind of linen station or something like that. But the interesting part is that there seems to be a Pax Dei symbol located right here on the actual cloth. Now, I don't know what that means. Maybe this might be like a enchanting station or something like that. But I found it very curious that we had some linens. We have a couple of mallets and hammers. We also have a scale. So it looks like there's a lot of different components that are all going into this particular workbench. And then I thought it interesting that there was also kind of a insignia there. Maybe it's a dye station or something like that, some kind of place where you can modify any of your armor. But either way, it's definitely something they haven't shared what type of thing it does yet. So they just called it another crafter, which I find to be really funny too. Then we have this new type of item that we've only heard about from devs previously. We haven't actually seen them. We still don't really know what they are for, but they're called relics. And we have them in what looks to be two different states. We have the kind of unglowy, shiny state, and then we have kind of a more magic-y infused state here. And these all look really, really cool. I don't know exactly what they're going to be used for, though. And originally, when we had a couple of devs talk in the Discord over the last year, they mentioned relics in passing and that they were going to be things that were more magical in nature. Also, another thing that they went through as well was a lighting pass, and they updated some of the environmental effects and how those things look. So the two most important things here, other than the really cool lighting, that I just wanted to point out is, one, look at all of the props that are hanging around here. And then most importantly, I think we also just saw a new crafting station, one that wasn't available in the last alpha. And what I mean by that is there's definitely some pots and pans back here. So I would call this a hearth, but it is huge. It's got a chimney. Looks like there might even be a place for stuff to be stored up top right here as well. But this is a cooking station that we have definitely not seen before. So again, we've got a couple of new crafting stations coming up, and that is really, really cool. And then speaking of crafting stations, this was also posted alongside the lighting pass, and I think they were showing it to show some of the embers and all of that. But we can see that there's either, I think one of these is a distillery, maybe both of them are, and they're just different tiers. Then we have some campfires or some cooking hearths or something like that. And we have some billows as well. I think this is just another image of that hearth that we just saw, that new hearth. But then also in the back, we have a couple of different forges, it looks like. Now, the interesting part here is that this looks like some embers, but they're not really paired with any kind of station, and that's something that we haven't seen before. Then we also have another type of bellows right here, and then the higher tier one as well. Now, unfortunately, I have a feeling that there's something else behind this hearth that we haven't seen before, and we can see the little outline of it right here, but it's just not in view. It's unfortunate. But that is all of the screenshots, the pictures, and everything in between. It has been an incredible 365 days, and judging by the fact that we have a giveaway right now, giving away 100 keys over on the official Pax Dei Discord, and that closes in the next 3 days, I think it'll be really exciting nonetheless in the coming weeks, as we must be less than a month away from getting into Alpha 2. A lot of us are going to be in there, and I am more than excited to play it alongside all of you. So if you haven't done so, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with any of your friends. I know this was a long one, so if you're still here, thanks for watching all the way through. And until next week, hopefully we have some really exciting stuff to share next week. I'm Altari, the Professional Gamer.